40,000 years ago, the last distinct Neanderthal communities faded from the human world into deep time. Their hearths, once glowing with warmth and communal life, slowly turned cold, leaving only ash behind. The tools they crafted, sharp and purposeful, became buried beneath layers of earth and forgotten history. Fossilized bones now speak silently of their robust existence, etched into the deep geological record. But what if something more than stone and bone persisted through the long millennia, unseen and unheard? A recent research report describes a Neanderthal version of the growth hormone receptor, or GHR. This ancient biological signal may still be functioning, a ghost in the machinery of some living humans today. The core question is, if this signal still runs, what exactly went extinct on that ancient landscape? Did an entire population simply vanish, or did some essential parts of their biology persist? Neanderthals left behind a body of evidence, written in robust bones and distinctive skeletal forms. Their broad bodies and heavy joints suggest a life of physical intensity across ancient landscapes. However, even ancient populations showed individual variations, avoiding any single, universal type. Genes, diet, climate, and daily activity all shaped their bodies through the many seasons of life. Developmental processes, diseases, and injuries also influenced their unique life histories. These factors created the diverse ancient individuals we glimpse only through their fossilized remains. But the bones only tell part of the story. Can molecules reveal what skeletons cannot? Can we find echoes of ancient biology, still resonating within the complex machinery of life today? The growth hormone receptor, or GHR, is like a biological lock on a cell's outer wall. Growth hormone itself acts as the key, carrying a vital message to the cell's interior. Think of the GHR as a radio receiver, picking up signals that tell the cell how to grow and function. When activated, the GHR engages the JAK-STAT pathway, a chain reaction that changes gene expression. A recent research report describes specific amino acid changes and one deletion in the Neanderthal GHR. In a controlled cell experiment, this reconstructed receptor showed stronger signaling under growth hormone. This means the Neanderthal variant responded differently than a modern human reference version. It was as if the Neanderthal receiver was more sensitive, amplifying the incoming growth message. But it is crucial to remember that a cell in a dish is not a complete, living human being. The cell experiment provides a molecular clue, but the full biological impact remains complex. How did a Neanderthal GHR variant come to exist within the human genome in the first place? The answer lies in ancient admixture, a respectful term for interbreeding between populations. Roughly 50,000 to 60,000 years ago, Homo sapiens encountered Neanderthals in Eurasia. Children were born from these unions, carrying DNA from both distinct human groups. Through recombination, segments of Neanderthal DNA crossed into the Homo sapiens gene pool. This process fragmented the inherited DNA, leaving behind tiny pieces of ancient history. Today, many people of non-African ancestry carry these small, ancient genetic remnants. This is not about racial ranking or suggesting anyone is more primitive than another. It is a testament to the complex, interwoven tapestry of human evolution across deep time. Now, the crucial question: can this ancient signal still be measured in living human populations? Modern population data, using large datasets, can detect small, average associations. The research report finds modest lean mass and skeletal associations with the Neanderthal GHR variant. Small associations with certain craniofacial traits have also been reported as population averages. These are subtle statistical averages, not features that make carriers visually recognizable by sight. The question then arises: does this GHR variant explain the overall Neanderthal body plan? The answer is a clear no. One gene does not define an entire ancient human lineage. The evidence gives us a molecular clue, not a complete Neanderthal blueprint for the entire body. There's a tempting, easy explanation often found in popular narratives that simplifies everything. This explanation suggests one gene directly created a specific Neanderthal trait, like strength. However, most complex traits are polygenic, influenced by many genes and environmental factors. The easy explanation simply does not work for something as intricate as human development and physique. Nutrition, physical activity, and local environment profoundly influence how genes are expressed. Gene-gene interactions further complicate this picture, creating a dynamic, interconnected system. The evidence gives us a molecular clue, not a complete, living, breathing Neanderthal ancestor. So, if this specific GHR version existed in Neanderthals, why did it evolve in the first place? We can explore questions about growth, nutrition, and energy use in ancient environments. The physical demands of prehistoric life were immense, requiring robust physical development. However, evolution has no intention, it is a process driven by a myriad of complex factors. We cannot choose a definitive adaptation story without direct and robust supporting evidence. The precise reasons for the GHR variant's initial existence remain largely unknown for now. But a stranger question emerges: why did this specific Neanderthal variant survive within us? Many factors can influence the survival of a gene segment: natural selection, neutrality, or chance. Weak selection might play a role, or perhaps the segment survived through neutral processes. Linkage to other advantageous genes or genetic drift could also explain its continued presence. Population bottlenecks, ancient migrations, and shifting demography all shaped our genetic inheritance. Sometimes, a segment simply survives through sheer chance, without any specific adaptive advantage. Over thousands of generations, through countless births and deaths, the segment persisted. Through migrations, climate shifts, the dawn of agriculture, and the rise of cities, it traveled. No single explanation for its survival has been definitively proven by the current evidence. No living person today carries a complete Neanderthal genome. That idea is a common misconception. Instead, picture a precious, ancient manuscript shattered into countless tiny fragments. These scattered pieces are now distributed across the vast mosaic of modern humanity's DNA. Some of these fragments, like the GHR variant, may have measurable biological effects. Other fragments, perhaps most, may have no detectable or measurable biological impact at all. Our Neanderthal GHR variant is like one ancient sentence that a modern human cell can still read. The field of genetics can establish ancestry, mapping reproduction across vast stretches of time. However, it cannot reconstruct motives, emotions, language, consent, or the intricate social context of the past. We do not invent ancient romance, violence, or precise dialogue between two groups of people. Instead, we frame an unknown child, born somewhere in the sprawling expanse of Ice Age Eurasia. This child carried the segment, passing it down through a long and unbroken chain of descendants. Through countless migrations and generations, the tiny fragment continued its silent journey. It traveled through the rise of agriculture, the birth of cities, and across continents. Eventually, it reached a modern cell, still capable of reading that ancient Neanderthal sentence. So, we return to our initial question: are Neanderthals truly not extinct in the strictest sense? Neanderthals, as a distinct population, undeniably disappeared from the Earth roughly 40,000 years ago. No living person is simply a Neanderthal, nor could they ever be. That is a fundamental misunderstanding. Human evolution is a complex web of separation, contact, admixture, and eventual disappearance. The population disappeared. Not every molecule did, some genetic echoes persist to this day. Returning to the silent caves and cold hearths from our opening, the story deepens significantly. The evidence robustly supports the idea that ancient functions can persist through genetic inheritance. Yet, much about the full impact and evolutionary history of this variant remains completely unknown. Extinct humans do not only survive as fossils, sometimes, they survive as living, measurable functions. This discovery prompts us to consider what other ancient human functions might still survive inside us. The initial glimpse into the GHR variant has unveiled a much larger, more profound scientific mystery. The journey of this specific gene fragment is a testament to deep time and genetic persistence. Each piece of ancient DNA we uncover adds another layer to our complex understanding of humanity. It highlights the intricate web of interactions that shaped our ancestors and our genetic makeup. The true meaning and impact of these ancient functions is still largely a scientific frontier. Recall that the reported variant involves specific amino acid changes and a small deletion. The controlled cell experiment showed increased signaling, a measurable difference at the molecular level. Modern population data found small average associations with lean mass and skeletal traits. But that creates another problem. How do we interpret these molecular insights without oversimplification? The easy explanation does not work. The story is far more nuanced and scientifically rigorous. Growth and development are governed by an intricate orchestra of genes, not by a single master switch. Environmental factors like climate, available nutrition, and physical demands play crucial roles. Gene interactions, where multiple genes affect each other's expression, add further layers of complexity. This makes it impossible for one gene to solely determine complex traits like body build or physique. The evidence gives us a molecular clue, not a complete, fully formed Neanderthal body plan. Why did this particular GHR version exist in Neanderthals? The answer is not straightforward. We can infer possibilities regarding growth, energy use, and physical demands in their environment. Perhaps it related to their robust physique, enabling efficient resource utilization in challenging climates. Evolution is not a directed process with an endpoint, it is a series of responses to environments. We cannot definitively claim a specific adaptation story without more direct, comprehensive evidence. The exact reasons for the GHR variant's initial rise in Neanderthals remain a significant unknown. The more pressing question now is, why did this specific ancient fragment survive within Homo sapiens? The survival of a gene segment can be influenced by natural selection, acting to favor certain traits. Alternatively, it could be selectively neutral, neither beneficial nor harmful, simply persisting. Weak selection might have offered a slight advantage, or it could be a result of linkage to another gene. Genetic drift, the random fluctuation of gene variants, also plays a significant role in populations. Population bottlenecks, where a population shrinks dramatically, can amplify chance events. Ancient migrations and shifting demography fundamentally altered gene frequencies over time. Sometimes, a gene segment simply rides along, carried by the random currents of genetic history. Over thousands of generations, through countless births and environmental shifts, the segment persisted. It journeyed through dramatic climate changes and the profound shift to settled agriculture. From small villages to sprawling modern cities, the fragment continued its silent transmission. We cannot, at this stage, definitively claim that one specific explanation for its survival is proven. The metaphor of the shattered Neanderthal manuscript becomes ever more potent in this context. No living person carries a complete, intact Neanderthal genome, rather, we carry fragments. These scattered pieces of ancient DNA are spread thinly across the entire human population. Some fragments, like the GHR variant, demonstrably affect modern human biology and physiology. However, many other fragments appear to have no measurable or detectable impact on our biology. The GHR variant is one ancient sentence, still read and acted upon by a modern human cell. The story of this ancient fragment begins with a child, born in a time now lost to deep history. This child, of unknown parents and precise location, emerged during the last ice age in Eurasia. In their tiny cells, a segment of Neanderthal-derived DNA, including the GHR variant, resided. This fragment was then passed down, generation after generation, through countless human lineages. It traveled across vast distances, carried silently within the cells of migrating populations. The fragment survived the profound cultural shifts, from hunting and gathering to settled agriculture. It passed through the burgeoning populations of early cities, then expanded into modern societies. Ultimately, this journey culminated in a modern human cell, where the ancient signal still functions. So, to directly answer the thumbnail question, are Neanderthals truly not extinct in every sense? As a distinct population, with their own unique culture and anatomical traits, they are extinct. No living person can be classified as a Neanderthal. That concept oversimplifies human complexity. Human evolution is a dynamic, interconnected web of populations, migrations, and genetic exchange. The population disappeared. Not every molecule did, as some genetic heritage endures within us. We return to the silent caves and cold fires, now viewed through the lens of genetic continuity. The evidence unequivocally supports that ancient biological functions can persist over deep time. However, the full extent of this ancient variant's impact and its evolutionary trajectory are still mysteries. Extinct humans do not only survive as fossils, sometimes, they survive as active, measurable functions. This fascinating discovery prompts us to ask, what other ancient human functions might still survive inside us? The GHR variant is a molecular bridge, connecting our present biology to a long-lost past. It forces us to redefine what we mean by extinct and reconsider the intricate tapestry of human survival. Every new discovery in ancient DNA deepens our appreciation for humanity's intricate and shared heritage. There is always more to learn, more to question, and more to understand about our ancient connections. Our journey began in silence and concludes with a new understanding of persistent biological echoes. The Neanderthal GHR variant is not just a relic, It is a living, functional link to our shared past. It challenges us to view human evolution not as distinct branches, but as an interwoven tapestry. And with each new discovery, the narrative of human origins becomes richer, more complex, and more profound. The specific GHR variant, with its amino acid changes and deletion, is a powerful molecular marker. Its stronger signaling in controlled cell experiments offers a tangible physiological difference. The modest associations with lean mass and skeletal traits reveal its subtle presence in populations. Yet, these findings are but a single clue within the vast, complex puzzle of human biology. The full evolutionary story and complete functional relevance of this variant are still emerging. The interplay of multiple genes, environment, and life history shapes human development. We cannot, and must not, jump to conclusions about specific ancient functions or their precise effects. The evidence gives us a molecular clue, not a complete Neanderthal that can be fully reconstructed. Returning to the landscapes our ancestors inhabited, the connection feels both distant and profoundly real. This fragment reminds us of the profound interconnections that define the human story across time. Our species carries whispers of past populations, echoing in the very machinery of our cells. Extinct humans survive not just in stone, but in the living, functional components of our own biology. This powerful insight prompts us to constantly question, what other ancient functions remain unseen within us? The discovery of the Neanderthal GHR variant is just one vibrant thread in a much larger, unraveling story. It reaffirms that human genetic history is not a simple linear progression, but a dynamic, branching tree. Our shared genetic heritage connects us all, bridging continents and vast stretches of chronological time. The specific molecular characteristics of this Neanderthal GHR variant are meticulously defined. The increased signaling in a controlled cell system provides a concrete, experimentally tested result. The modest associations reported in modern population data offer intriguing, though subtle, connections. But the path from a molecular difference to a complex human trait is fraught with many scientific unknowns. The future of research will undoubtedly reveal further layers to this extraordinary genetic narrative. This GHR variant is a remarkable testament to the enduring power of ancient human inheritance. It connects our biology to the lives of people who walked the earth tens of thousands of years ago. What other unexpected genetic signals might still be running within us, waiting to be discovered? The persistence of the Neanderthal GHR variant is more than just a genetic curiosity. It offers a tangible molecular link to a population often seen as entirely separate from our own. This shared genetic legacy underscores the fundamental interconnectedness of all human history. The precision of genetic research allows us to isolate and study these ancient, functional fragments. Through rigorous cellular experiments, we can understand the molecular mechanisms at play. Large population datasets then provide insights into their subtle associations within modern humans. Yet, the journey from gene to complex organism is vast, with many unexplored scientific territories. The GHR variant is a torch, illuminating one tiny, yet significant, path in our genetic past. The echoes of Neanderthals are not merely in the fossil record, but in the living tapestry of our cells. This realization transforms our understanding of extinction and the intricate story of human evolution. The question is no longer simply about what disappeared, but about what surprisingly persisted. And as we continue to explore our genome, new portals to ancient biology may yet open before us. The journey into our ancient past is far from over, full of wonders still waiting to be uncovered. Our narrative now concludes, yet the questions it raises continue to resonate and inspire further inquiry. The Neanderthal GHR variant is a remarkable symbol of biological continuity and genetic survival. It grounds our present firmly in the deep past, reminding us of our intricate evolutionary journey. This discovery enriches our understanding of what it means to be human, a mosaic of diverse ancestries. The distinct molecular signature of the Neanderthal GHR variant is a scientific triumph in ancient genetics. The robust evidence from controlled cell experiments provides a solid foundation for further inquiry. The subtle but measurable associations with physiological traits in modern humans are compelling. However, we reiterate the importance of intellectual honesty and the limits of current scientific knowledge. Much about the deeper evolutionary pressures and full biological consequences remains to be explored. The intricate dance between genes, environment, and development creates the complexity of life. The echoes of Neanderthals are woven into the fabric of our own biology, a testament to shared ancestry. This finding fundamentally redefines what it means for an ancient human population to truly disappear. Extinct humans don't solely reside in the archaeological record, sometimes they function within us. The profound question endures: what other ancient human functions might still survive, waiting to be revealed? Our journey through the Ice Age began with silent caves and cold hearths, now seen differently. The evidence robustly supports the idea that ancient functions can persist through genetic inheritance. Yet, much about the full impact and evolutionary history of this variant remains completely unknown. Extinct humans do not only survive as fossils, sometimes they survive as living, measurable functions. This discovery prompts us to consider what other ancient human functions might still survive inside us. The GHR variant is a molecular bridge, connecting our present biology to a long-lost past. It forces us to redefine what we mean by extinct and reconsider the intricate tapestry of human survival. Every new discovery in ancient DNA deepens our appreciation for humanity's intricate and shared heritage. There is always more to learn, more to question, and more to understand about our ancient connections. Our journey began in silence and concludes with a new understanding of persistent biological echoes. The Neanderthal GHR variant is not just a relic, it is a living, functional link to our shared past. It challenges us to view human evolution not as distinct branches, but as an interwoven tapestry. And with each new discovery, the narrative of human origins becomes richer, more complex, and more profound. The specific GHR variant, with its amino acid changes and deletion, is a powerful molecular marker. Its stronger signaling in controlled cell experiments offers a tangible physiological difference. The modest associations with lean mass and skeletal traits reveal its subtle presence in populations. Yet, these findings are but a single clue within the vast, complex puzzle of human biology. Could there be other ancient human functions still surviving within us, waiting to be illuminated by science?